weekly tarot horoscope for each of the signs. Once again, because it's March, I'm using my March deck, which is the Wisdom Keepers Tarot. And then I'm also going to draw one from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms as my oracle deck that I'm using this month. So let's always start with Aries. And just so you know, there is a new moon in Aries on Monday. So it's a really great time for making some new starts and new beginnings this week. And look at where Aries, what house it rules in your chart. If you don't know your chart, I encourage you to go look it up. And you can listen to, I have like a little SoundCloud kind of podcast talking about what's going on in the heavens. I'll put a link below to the SoundCloud so you can go listen to it. And as well, if you're interested, as always, in an astrology reading or a tarot reading, then you can also go to my Etsy shop as well for one of those. So anyway, let's get started with Aries. All right, so 8 of Swords for Aries. So interestingly, you might feel a little bit trapped this week. You might feel frustrated somewhat. You might feel like you're kind of locked into a situation, but it's really just your perception of it. And I see Aries people feeling somewhat frustrated and agitated this week. So make sure that you're looking at all your options. You're not as limited as you think you might be. For Taurus, we have the King of Pentacles, a very Taurus type card. So very much this week is going to be a week, Taurus, where you're feeling quite comfortable and feeling very good about things like your finances and your home and where you're at with things physically, and feeling very generous. You're also going to be looking at the long term as far as planning things for yourself financially and physically. For Gemini, we have the Six of Cups. So Gemini this week, you very much have a sense of nostalgia and looking back at the past. You may run into someone from the past that you haven't seen in a while, and it'll be a good thing. There'll be a lot of nostalgia, talking about the past, enjoying things. Also a good time if you work with children. I see a lot of joyful, kind of childlike energy around you. For Cancer, we have the Devil. So Cancer, this week you may feel like you're being manipulated, or that you're under the control of someone, and you may be tempted by things that you're not usually tempted by. And so it's saying that, it's really all about how you're looking at it. Again, kind of like with the 8 of Swords for Aries. I mean, they can easily slip the chains off and walk away, and so could you. You don't have to do something just because somebody makes you feel obliged to. And I know that with Cancer, often, it's emotional type of manipulation that you might feel more strongly than some other types do, because you tend to be more sensitive and worry about things, and it's saying not to worry about that, to avoid that as much as you can. For Leo, we have the Four of Wands. So an easygoing week for Leo. It's going to be a week where you're definitely feeling very happy, not a lot of big changes, but you're really happy with where you are right now, so just enjoy that. And if you do have any get-togethers with people, they'll go well. For Virgo, we have the Three of Swords. So a disappointment of some kind this week for Virgo. And also it's telling you it's okay to mourn losses, and it's okay to feel sad sometimes about things, that, it's not the end of the world. If you do, we all need to grieve and let go sometimes. For Libra, we have the Chariot. So full steam ahead for you, Libra. You're definitely balancing things out in your life and feeling like, you're going in the right direction. If you have any travel this week, it looks like it'll go quite well, or if you're making a move. But you're definitely determined and focused on your goal and making things really balance out for yourself in your life. For Scorpio, we have the Ten of Wands. So Scorpio, you're feeling overwhelmed, like you've got a lot of responsibility on your plate. And it's saying that you need to delegate and ask for help, which sometimes isn't always easy for you, especially to ask for things directly. But it's saying that you need to do that, and that you taking on other people's worries isn't helping you. So, focus on what you need to do. For Sagittarius, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So Sag, is going to be a good week. Some money might come your way, but also you feel like you're actually taking steps and moving towards your long-term future. Definitely you're looking at the big picture, which is something Sagittarius is very good at, but you're looking at the long term and what you want to do for the long term. For Capricorn, we have the Princess of Cups. So Capricorn, you're actually going to be feeling kind of sensitive this week, which isn't, always usually your thing, but it says you're going to be feeling, very sensitive and kind of vulnerable. And so it's saying you need to kind of take some time for yourself and go within. Also, take seriously any inspirations that you have and your intuition as well. Don't dismiss it, because it's got some really good lessons for you as well. For Aquarius, we have the Six of Wands. So great week for Aquarius. Victory. There's something coming along where you feel like success, like, whew, I finally did it and I'm doing really well. So, you know, if there's any test coming up, or, you know, there's a promotion or anything like that that's coming up at all, it says that things will go really well for you this week. And then for Pisces, we have the Three of Pentacles. So Pisces, you're going to be working hard this week. You're going to be working on what you love, making progress in this area. Also kind of saying if you're not in a job that you like right now, this is probably a good time to go look for one that you actually do want. I want something they might like. So, you know, it's saying like enroll for that course, apply for that job, do what you need to do in that area. So that's what I'm seeing for each of the signs. And then I pulled a card for everybody from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And I got the River Queen, which says flow, letting go, and natural movement. So this is a week to go with the flow, to go with whatever you're feeling, like whether you're one of the signs that, you know, like Virgo feeling sad this week, or, you know, Cancer feeling a bit trapped. It says go with the flow. Like, this is not a time of resistance. This is a time to embrace whatever it is and recognize it for what it is, and to go with the opportunities that are being offered to us this week. So also a week too where it says like water will be quite healing for a lot of people, whether that's walking by the water, you know, if you live near water, or even just taking baths or drinking more water. This, you know, water is a big message that I'm getting for this week. So that's what I'm seeing for the signs. If you have any comments, please put them below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.